Hello. I had lots of big plans, guys, to be on here at exactly like 1 o'clock. Then plans change because life changes. And I have found that my toddler peed in his closet. So, y'all, he has been potty trained for over 2 years. I don't know what the deal is. So clean that up. I'm also solo parenting all week because my husband is gone. So you single mamas, you are like incredible. So I'm gonna hop on here. I'm gonna try to make this pretty short. Maybe you guys can watch this in the pickup line for school. Let me invite some people. If you guys hop on, invite your friends. Let me know if you're catching this, the replay, or you're catching me live. My name is Lindsay Bourne Green. I am a Sapphire CP from Joplin, Missouri. So I am literally just north of Tulsa on the Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri state line. And I have been with Senegence for 2 years and almost 9 months. So I still feel pretty new. It's not very long to be with a company. Have learned a ton. I want to tell you just a tiny bit about my story and maybe give some fun business tips or things that I think have helped my business and things that I've learned the hard way, so you can take my wisdom and have it without all the pain of that. So when I started 2.5 years ago, I was kind of been looking for a side hustle. I had seen my upline Kristen Tidwell posting in her page. She had added me to this group and I had never heard of LipSense. I thought the company's name was LipSense, and I'm inviting people while I'm talking to you. And then I inquired about the product. I honestly couldn't afford it at the time. So what I did was, when I finally decided that this is something that I wanted, I thought, gosh, I would really like to have this for Christmas for myself, like have a red. I was in the kind of the throes of postpartum depression and with my third, and I thought maybe that would make me feel pretty. Didn't really have the money to spend. So I asked my upline. I was running a co-op. I'm gonna put some eyebrows on when I'm talking to you guys. I was running a co-op, which is basically buying in bulk and then splitting it with other people to get really cheap items. So I had these hair bows. My upline had just had this baby, and I said, can I swap you partial cash for partial bows? And she said, I'm sure. She was like just rolling her eyes. So I was like, oh gosh, thank you. Well, I loved it. So I bought 2 more colors, and I asked her at the time about the business opportunity, and I thought about it. If anybody else is here and can attest to the fact that they thought about it, I thought about it for what ended up being almost 6 weeks. And then I signed up in January of 2016 because I did like a teaser post. I thought, I wonder if anybody's gonna be interested. I am new to MLM. This was my very first rodeo with that. I really didn't think highly of MLMs. God humbles us and blesses us in the funniest ways. And he did me. So at the time I was working another job, and I had 3 kids that were 4 and under. So 5 and under. I'm sorry, my oldest had been 5. Did a teaser post on Instagram, kissing my baby's head, watching a Chiefs game, go Chiefs, with blue red. And my girlfriends were like, what is this? I have to have it. They were messaging me, and I was like, I actually think I'm gonna sign up to sell. So I did finally sign up to sell the very next day. And just really hit it from there. I know a lot of us signed up around that time, and it was fast and furious, and I learned a lot of things along the way. I hit CP in less than a year. I hit it in December. I have been abundantly blessed to be able to take quite a few trips with Senegence, lip strip in Bahamas, Cabo, then to Costa Rica, and just recently Disney. My husband had never been to the ocean. He had never been in the ocean and never been so that was such a huge blessing to be able to do that with him, and he's almost 40 years old. So it's just a huge blessing. And I originally wanted to start paying for my kids' tuition. We were also building a house, trying to take advantage of some federal money. I live in Joplin, Missouri, where the tornado had come through. And so I needed to pay for our construction loan. So this was the vehicle for that. I thought it would be a really fun run for 6 months. I thought there's no way that all these people want to buy lipstick for longer than 6 months, because I didn't understand the business value, and I didn't understand that there were more products or that like the bulk of the business was going to be all these other amazing products. So I learned that quickly. My very first event, there's a fly in my bathroom. The very first event I went to was Pit Stop 2016, and it changed my business. Hey, Ashley, it changed my business. I realized that, take that back. I went to a small training that Dakota hosted that Joni came to in Tulsa in April of that year. And when I saw her in person, she talked about an inventory build. She talked about how to make money at this business. And I met her. It was a really small, kind of personal meeting. I thought, this is real. She's the real deal. This business is the real deal. My upline, Kristen, and I left. Hey, Don. Hey, Melanie. Left and said, we can do this. We can so do this. We can totally do this. Kristen had just come back from seminar. I didn't know that I was car qualified. Found out that I was car qualified. It was just bananas. So then I went to Pit Stop, and I realized then that I either wanted to run it as a business or I could step away from it. And so I gave myself another, said I'm going to do this for another 6 months, and that will have been a year. And this fly is going to be super aggravating. I think it's my ring light. It's like attracting him. Yeah. So I said I can do anything for a year, and I'm going to give it everything that I have. My numbers had actually slowed down from summer slump that year, and I said, I'm going to just work this. I'm going to give it what I have, and then at a year, I'll decide if this is what I want to do. Well, I relaunched everybody that I could get my hands on, and the rest is kind of history. So I'm still here. I'm still loving the business. I quit another job. I left a company business to pursue this business. I like to say that I left one company business to just, put full-time into the other one. If you can tell from the story in the beginning of this that I have 3 small children. I work this business like a business, but I do work it around my children. So sometimes there's late nights. I get up very early in the morning. But there is nothing else that I could be doing making this kind of money, loving it this much, having great skincare, great cosmetics, meeting the women that I meet. There's so many of you that I don't even know on here that are hopping on here. So many that I've met, and my life has been blessed abundantly, but there's nothing else that I could be doing that I would love this much. Someone recently asked in a post, hey, Jonna, Lisa, is it Jonna? I know a friend named Jonna that spells it like that. Portia asked us what would be our ideal job. Like, what if you could do anything? And I literally was like, I'm doing it. Like, I am doing it. I am living it. And then I said, well, I would do it on the beach. Like, that's like a goal of ours is to pay off our home and to, I don't know if he wants to go with me. He like doesn't like the heat as much as I do, but to like be able to put our kids through college and then looking at retirement. So for a lot of people, this can be a retirement type of vehicle, extra savings, extra income. It can be, originally I thought I'll pay for my kids' tuition. I have to pay for this construction loan. We owned another home at the time. And then I thought I would kind of run out then. I could tell a million stories about how God blessed us in that process, down to them asking for more money at closing and my commission check for that month being almost to the penny what we needed to take to the closing table extra. It was above and beyond what we'd already saved. So the important part is that you run it as a business. So I'm going to just switch gears really quick and just start talking about kind of how this happens. So the biggest thing is, as a leader, if you're a leader, you're going to want to lead with your heart. A servant's heart, we have such a good example of that with Joni. When you start shifting and you feel that shift where you are serving and you want other women to have what you have, the financial freedom, the time freedom. I had to mow my lawn today because my husband is gone. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I was going to do it tomorrow. So I did it then, and I can switch things around and make it work. That way, my husband and I both travel for this job sometimes, and for his job, we can make it work around each other. So that time freedom to be able to pay for a cell phone bill. If you had asked me 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, before I even knew what Senegence was, that I could earn an extra $200 or $300 a month working super, super, super part-time, I'd have been like, heck yeah. If 3 years ago I was showing my old self the commission checks that I'm making now, I might have fallen over. Knowing that I'm doing it from home. I was literally researching, guys, how to start writing articles, how much time that would have taken to like submit articles and not to have been paid, it not be residual income, to not bless other women doing it. Leslie Boyd Bradley says all the time, if your business is your ministry is your business, you're twice blessed. And I really do feel that way about this business. I feel very passionate about helping other women start their businesses. There is no cap on the amount of money that you can make. There would be eventually, if I were out in corporate America again, which I was, a cap on how much money I make. There would be a cap, and I was in pharmaceutical sales, but I know for a fact that I would be worried about my job, and if I was gonna still have my job, I would have been worried how much traveling I had to do, my territories training, just being your own boss. And people say that and kind of throw it around, and I feel like it loses its effect when I say it so often, but it really, really, really does mean something to be able to do it on your own terms, to be able to make what a man makes, to be able to, my husband works really, really, really hard, and he will probably take over my parents' business where I chose not to. However, most of the time in corporate America, a woman's not going to make the same unless she's a business owner. So we, have the opportunity to do that with this business. The next thing that I think is really important is consistency. It's hard, y'all. It's not always the most fun. I need to go get in my office and go through all my receipts and finish those and get caught up. That's not very fun, but that's part of business ownership. And if that's the vehicle and those kind of things that I have to do sometimes to do the rest of the business, then so be it. We literally had a meeting this morning with the other Joplin leaders to plan out our trainings, and we were all talking about it. Like, can't believe that people would like give up this kind of opportunity, especially if they're leaving teams or going inactive, because we were discussing, people going inactive. I just feel it. So I don't know if you guys feel it in the energy. It feels like the same energy that we had when we started 2.5 years ago. And you have to kind of trudge sometimes. You have to say, I'm going to ride the wave. You have to go. There are times, y'all, that I'm like, I just had the longest day with my children, clean up pee out of a closet like today. And I don't want to do anything else. But if I don't do it, nobody does it. So you have to treat it like a business and remain consistent. Not every week do you knock it out of the park. Not every week is it perfect. Not every week do you hit on your goal to do this many get ready with me's or whatever your setup is. Not every week does that happen. However, if you continue to do it, then you also have to be proud of yourself and be like, okay, I accomplished that. The big thing too is I think that when you realize how much money you can make just from sales, your team is going to come naturally. We had the extreme honor and blessing to go to Joni's ranch, I guess, a week and a half ago. Hey, Linz! A week and a half ago, Lindsay was with us. And one of the things is that your sponsorship is going to come as you demo. You're going to continue to build your network the more that you demo. Every time if you have one person that demos and you meet one person through them, your network, I'm super visual. I need a whiteboard, but it's my bathroom, but it's also my setup for videos. Every single network, is going to expand out. So networking, it's called network marketing. It's called relationship marketing. I have customers that mean a ton to me that I have met, and through them I've met other people, and through them I've met other people. From events I've met, people that signed up with me. 6 months later, this is not a lie. This is the next thing that brings me to my next point, is follow up. If I could say one thing that I did not do in the beginning, aside from not selling the skincare line, because I didn't know any better, I kind of dabbled in the makeup, I kind of dabbled in the skincare, it honestly scared me, only because I hadn't seen it presented in a way until my upline had presented it and Joni presented it in a way that made sense to me. You just gotta know Cineplex Complex, y'all. That's it. You need to know the technology that binds lip sense molecularly to the tops of your lips, and then you just need to know this fly, y'all. Oh my gosh. Then you need to know the technology. You're selling a technology, Cineplex Complex, long-lasting cosmetics. That's it. Skincare with a color. What's the better word? Pigmented skincare that's long-lasting. Cineplex Complex. Keep it really, really, really simple. You don't have to know more than that. I still demo with it with a beauty book. I still demo with the beauty book because that way I can follow along, and anybody watching me says, hey, I can do that and keep it really simple. So keep it simple. That's what I would have done in the beginning. I would have been telling everyone and their mother about the skincare. I would have not let my Fast Start sit on the shelf for like 3 months. I just hate myself that I did that. How sad for my skin, and I could have started that sooner. The next thing that I would have done, I would have put in place a better system for follow-up. It is never too late. I finally started following up really, really, really well back in, I'm almost embarrassed. I was following up, but not following up really well until last fall. Because why? Because I had not been minding my personal business, and I felt it and I saw it. And I thought, gosh, I don't have as many people my first line ordering, or I haven't sponsored, and I had not been tending to my personal business. So hear me with love, sweet girls, when I say that you're gonna mess up. I'm not here to say like this whole path has been easy, that it's been super clear, but it has just been a business. So continue to work it like a business. But do the follow-up. Have a really good system for follow-up. Pick a day of the week that you follow up, and you go back through whatever it is. If you have it in a notebook, girlfriend, do it in a notebook. If that's an easy way for you to look back and say like, that's from this demo, this Facebook party, just my regular customers ordering or whatever it is. Or go back through your square. You can also go back through your square, which I'm doing right now, and making a master like list. Like you can export that list to send out postcards. You can make postcards super cheap through Vistaprint. It's a tax write-off. I know people will throw that around, but you will be thankful for those tax write-offs at the end of the year, so keep track of all of that. But follow up. There's fortune in the follow-up. The more you follow up, you're not being obnoxious or annoying. I have a girl that just signed with me. I met her at a vendor event, a bridal fair, back in, and my girls have heard me say this, back in February. She bought from me. I followed up with her because I just sat down that night and did my I don't like to do it, guys. I don't like to enter in the emails and all of this stuff. I don't like to do that. But I make myself do it and make myself follow up. Nobody likes to be told no. You have to finally just say like, I'm not taking it personally, on to the next. I'm already thinking, okay, I'm messaging again. I'm text messaging. She never responded when I let like, hey girl, did you love, she bought mulled wine. Did you love that mulled wine? Let me know how you like it, or if you have any questions. You're just following up. Well, she had my information. I followed up, another time just to check, touch base. I thought, well, that's probably done. Then she messaged me and wanted to buy 2 more colors. I don't know if Kelsey is on here. She messaged me about 2 more colors. Then she messaged me and wanted tinted moisturizer. Then I had told her about skincare and sent her a sample in the packet. She loved it. She joined a mega party that we did in July, and she's the newest distributor. I just launched her a week and a half ago. So I'm so excited. So that's just one of like many stories about follow-up. You just never know. Sometimes you might forget about somebody that you haven't followed up with in like a year. I might have done that. And just say, hey girl, I met you at XYZ bridal fair, or this vendor event, or so-and-so's demo. When I put my stuff in Square, guys, I do put my business name, which is Show Me Lip for Missouri, the Show Me State. And then I will put in there what demo it's from. If it's from Sally Joe's demo, I'll put Sally Joe's demo. So that way I'm able to follow up and I can remember, or I'll make notes like, we did these makeovers in Arkansas. So we followed up. So, hey, Wendy, we followed up with them. And I just said like, hey, I know that you love, she ended up buying a color for me. I know they're having that baby. I didn't want to bother you. Thinking about you. We just got to talking. I mean, those are relationships with people. And who doesn't love to be kinder than necessary? You never know. Just being nice. Follow-up does also not necessarily mean always like product. Sometimes it is literally saying like, girlfriend, that new house is gorgeous. Congratulations. That's part of your follow-up. That's part of interacting with your customers. That's a way to use Facebook. That's a way to use, social marketing. Like that's a way to use your Facebook and your Instagram and whatever platforms that you use. Now, on to that, the next topic is when you are using these platforms, remember that they're a tool in your belt. Do not get overwhelmed with like needing to post here and there. I like to schedule. I love that Facebook lets me schedule on Facebook now. I use a system called Planoly. I don't know how you say it. That's how I'm going to say it. I use that to schedule my posts for Instagram. I can schedule those out for a week. I have like a follow her Friday where I highlight a female to follow, female business owner, local or not. Usually I try to do local right now. And so I can plan those out for a while. So I plan those out for a month. Those are time saver things. Like I said, I have 3 kids. They're 7, 5, and 3. And my husband travels for work off and on. So at any given time, I'm doing it alone. And kudos to the single mamas. So with that said, remember that it is a tool, but do not get hung up. You have to get out. Go get coffee. Go to the mall and walk. You just meet people. Go to a network meeting. Our downtown has this like wine share thing. Like you had me at wine, right? So try to work some of those into your schedule. Look at your Chamber of Commerce and see if there's anybody that they have networking meetings. There's like a BNI. Join those things. You're a business owner. Fit in what you can. Work at what you can and what you want. Sit down with your upline and how much money that you want to make a month. Sit down how many demos that you need to do. It may be 2. It may be 2 demos. So call it 2 hours of prep work for a demo, 2-hour demos, that's 4 hours, 3 hours of follow-up. I'm just making stuff up, but that many hours a month to make an extra $500. You know what I mean? What does $500 mean to you? What could $500 mean to your neighbor? I know that Jade has been on here and Dawn is so great about being consistent. I'm on Dawn's 7th line, so if you're like, why is she on here? Dawn has been an amazing mentor figure and has never treated me anything less than what I would feel like as her first line. So she's someone in the business, and y'all will, throughout your time in the business, find people that you relate to and that that kind of speak to you and how they work, and that's somebody that you're just like look up to, and follow those people. Just follow those people. Surround yourself with people that push you. I've met so many great women in this business that have pushed me out of my comfort zone that I don't always like it, but it's really, really, really good for me. It's good for you. Do it. But do those things and sit down and decide, how much money you want to make. How much money do you need to make this a full-time business? How much money do you need to make to pay off your snowball, to pay your cell phone bill, to pay for that vacation, to pay off your student loan, to put yourself through school, to put money away for your kids' college. I just know that those things are always on my mind, like you're paying for these things. If it's your debt snowball, if it's putting into retirement so that you can retire sooner, you can do any of that. Is it sometimes work? But it's work, that's it. That's the thing, is it is work. So know it with love, because I have to remind myself too, is that you have to show up and do the work. The opportunity is there. And I get really excited because I feel it in my soul, how excited everybody is again, how much the wave was never done. The momentum has not been done. We came up here, we took a little tiny dip, but we're still up here from where we were before. We have so many exciting things coming in the pipeline. I know at Leaders we're getting new products. We have all these awesome colors that keep coming out. My customers are like, oh my gosh, another new color. They're like, yeah, toss me one in there while you're refilling my skincare. They get excited. And you remain excited. We have to share that. So remember when you're talking with people and sharing your excitement that I'm doing a disservice to other people in my life and other women if I don't talk about my business. So talk about your business. Talk about, say like, gosh, I'm so thankful that I had Senegence to cover all of my kids back to school. I had to buy all new uniforms, 3 kids back to school supplies. I paid private school tuition, which is exactly what I wanted this business to do in the beginning. And it's done more than that because their tuition is more now that they're in elementary school. But it is worth it. My kids are worth it. So what could that mean for your neighbor, for your person that's in your running group? You do yoga, your CrossFit, your gym that you go to, the cooking class that you take, the other moms that pick up, I've said your neighbor like 14 times, your small group, your life group, your running buddy. I'm being redundant now, I think, but think along those lines. What all do you do in a day? And all of those women, how else could you be a service? How could this business be a service to them? Women are always going, we had this conversation this morning too with my other friend, with Jessica and Abby, and women are always going to buy skincare. Women are always going to buy makeup. You are just offering them the best choice in an easy way that they can support you in your business. And my gosh, they can stop by my house and get it and they don't have to go to the mall. I don't know about you guys, but I hate to shop. So Amazon Prime or somebody dropping it to me at my door is how I like it. So remember that when you're sharing it. Remember that $200 could make or break someone's month. $200 could pay their car off faster. $200 put away monthly towards retirement could help that person who doesn't know exactly how they were going to fund the rest of their retirement. I have to remember that $200 would have changed us 3 years ago. We're very paycheck to paycheck. We have 2 kids in diapers. I bet a lot of people on here are going, yes, $200 would make a huge difference. Yes, it would make a huge difference. Make your list. Go back through your packet, your training packet, and there is a breakdown of like all the people. You have 5 friends, 5 coworkers, or your husband's coworkers, 5 people that you know from church. Those people know 5 people. You're going to be told no. So just know that. You're going to be told no. Don't forget that you're going to be told no. But remember, I know Lindsay's on here. Lindsay is one of my first lines. She's paying for her daughter's tuition. She's got 4 babies. There's babies coming out the ears. You know, we can still work, do something that means a ton to us, helps us feel confident, and help other women in the process, and bring home some extra money to help our, you know, my husband just got a raise and it's been such a blessing, but we didn't even have to look at it. We were able to put it on savings and debt. Like we said, boop, we didn't even look at it. And you know why? Because I was able to support, help support us. I know that if something happened to my husband, aside from his life insurance, that that I can take care of us. I know that I can take care of us. So Lindsay, your life is like legit. So crazy. Yeah, $200 a month is crazy. $200 on your student loans that you weren't paying before to get them done and out of your hair. $200 on a credit card that you're trying to pay off or snowball. Knock that out. $200 for Christmas. That's something else. Free sign up month, guys. Be careful. I gotta get my kids from school soon. The real fun begins. Be careful when you are offering the Senegence choice right now with the free sign up month. Make sure that they're business builders. If they're not business builders, that's okay. Have them host for you. Be like, girlfriend, if you don't really want to work it as a business, then let's have you host this for me. Or you can refer me customers and I'm going to give you a $5 credit every time, or whatever it is that you decide, a $5 credit when you refer me a buying customer, or $10, whatever it is. Or I'm going to give you $55 in product credit when you refer me someone that signs up that is ready to build a business. Not everybody will. I would personally rather keep them as a customer and keep them with my personal sales, because my personal sales, I'm turning over, you know, $500 to $1,000 or more a month. Some of that goes back in to run my business. But that's a ton of money that I'm making just off of my personal sales and I'm responsible for if my team does nothing. Now my team is rock stars and they're amazing. We have 5 crown princesses and I'm just so blown away and honored to have them on my team and have trusted me with this. But at the end of the day, I have the responsibility to my personal business to where I can, you know, I can pay all of our expenses out of that. That's more than my kids, you know, I'm paying all my kids' tuition or whatever out of that. So know that that's the deal. Know that I am so freaking excited. I'm working, like my team is like, well, Lindsay's lost her mind. Doing a mega party. We're gonna do a mega launch. We're gonna do an in-person opportunity event this month because it's getting exciting. I literally can feel it in my bones. My spidey senses are like, la la la. I am excited. So to share that excitement, be excited, run it as a business, set your schedule yourself your time, be consistent with follow-up. Don't get caught up in the social media crazy because it can be super overwhelming. Pick a platform. Are you on Facebook? You're good with it? Run with that. Do you love Instagram? I love Instagram. Run with that. I'm just now dabbling into YouTube channel stuff. Okay, I don't have to do it all right now. You don't have to do it all right now. Set a pace, but be excited. Share this with everybody. It's not about you, it's about them, and it's about you offering the choice to be a distributor, earn some extra money, and have the opportunity. You just never know. You never know who needs a tribe. You never know who needs other women. You never know who just needs a little bit of lip color to feel confident again. I was there. That's a whole other story. But you know, Senegence in a lot of ways completely saved my life, and just I will keep trying to throw out those blessings every which way that I can. And I just know how important it is to make women feel confident and empowered. And if I don't know, if the money that they make gets them out of a situation where they can remove themselves from a home that's not safe, all of those things, all the things. All the things. So I love you guys. I'm so thankful that Dawn let me come on here. I asked Dawn to come in our team page live because we're trying to, you know, we're excited and we're drumming up this momentum. And she was like, sure, could you go on my page? And I was like, a good deer in headlights. So thanks for being awesome. Have a wonderful day. Bravo to you guys sitting in the pickup line. Thankfully, we have a really small pickup line. I live really close to our school. Have an awesome week. Get very excited if you guys are not registered for leaders. Get registered for leaders. Guys, I'm excited. Get registered for leaders. If you are not a lady, you can buy a training package, and then it's a cheaper, more cost-effective way to get to all of the trainings. And just get excited. Get really excited and share that excitement, and see who else you can follow up with today. So that's your challenge. See who else you can follow up with today and book a demo or a makeover or a one-on-one for, it's Wednesday. You can do that for this weekend. You can do that for this weekend. Never know. Even just the playing the makeup day. Have a girlfriend be like, I gotta test out these new colors. So yay, Melanie, I can't wait to see you again. If you're from Joplin, Missouri, I am be posting, message me if you want to hear, my girls around here are gonna hear it. We have a set of trainings, kind of change things up a little bit, doing an opportunity meeting in Joplin. I will plug you in there if you have team members. I will post that information here after school pickup. It'll be tonight, I'm lying. It'll be tonight. It won't be after school pickup because I have 3 kids. And then, yeah, so awesome. Have an awesome day. Get registered, follow up, see what you can drum up for this weekend, and I hope to be talking to you guys again soon.